I need to explain something to people about what it means to be an American patriot, because a lot of people happen to be confused about it. I was in that Twitter space, and the way these people were talking about China reminded me about how cavemen must have talked about future time travelers from the year 3000. They were so primitive and ignorant, and it's just like these people don't realize your civilization has already been conquered. You are already an inferior civilization. You're already destroyed. China has already fucking lapped you. And you don't see that. I'm sick of American coping. I'm done with having patience with American coping. You're going to sit here and talk about international relations? Yes. The American system is destroyed. The era of Americanism is done. Stop fucking coping. Our country is becoming a third world shithole. Everyone's doped up on fentanyl. Our infrastructure is rotting. We have no manufacturing or productive base. We have the most incompetent, dysfunctional fucking government of any advanced, so-called advanced country in the world. We're on the cusp of a civil war. Nothing fucking works anymore. And we are right now experiencing runaway inflation. And we have our hands tied in every corner of the fucking world. And we can't sustain it. Can we wake up? Wake up! This country is fucking dead. I'm sick of people coping about it. America's done. Thank you so much, Darl.
Stood your ground against U.S. empire.
Yeah, but I need people to fucking realize this, because there are so many people coping about it, it's unreal. Dude, how many of you feel we're a functioning country? We're not. It's like that Roadrunner thing where we're running off the fucking cliff and we didn't look down yet and we haven't realized we're done. It's over. It's fucking over. This country is not this is not a civilization. This is not a sustainable country anymore. Okay? People are talking in that Twitter space like they're living in the year 2000. They're living in dreamland. You need to admit this. China is more advanced than the US in almost every regard. Really, in almost every regard. Every single system they have beats ours by miles. The only difference is a matter of time. They're going to need more time to catch up, but they have already defeated us. Their mode of production is more advanced. Their civilization is more advanced. The average Chinese kid is like a fucking math genius. The average American kid is having their mind rotted on TikTok. And while we talk about gendered bathrooms and a bunch of frivolous, stupid bullshit, the Chinese are talking about going to Mars. We are not the world leader anymore. Thank you so much, Average. But we are not a fucking world leader. The American century is over. And none of this is fucking sustainable. Look around. Go outside. Everything is dysfunctional about our country. Even traffic police don't fucking work anymore. This country is totally chaotic, dysfunctional. Crime is through the fucking roof. And I'm not even mentioning our major cities. Go walk around New York City. Go walk around Los Angeles. You tell me we are the leader of the world and we're still living in an American century. Go walk downtown Los Angeles and come back and tell me that this is still the American century and, oh, but China's got the Uyghurs in the camps and, oh, but America's... Dude, I'm sorry. It's already lost. You know what I want you to do? I want you to play the video game Death Stranding. You know in the beginning of Death Stranding, the song they played? What is that song they played? What's that song? Death Stranding soundtrack. This is America. I want you guys to wake up. I want you to wake up, stop coping, and look outside. Open your window and look outside right now. Open your fucking window and look outside. That battle, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Voidbird.
Crime went up in San Francisco by over 700%. Our infrastructure
that battle has already been lost.
Nobody wants to
look
ride
outside.
public subways or buses. It's fucked.
Thank you, TK.
China is the modern Jerusalem, and we shall learn from their example.
It's the guys. The battle was lost years ago. Look outside. Thank you, Chris Moak.
Gorka was a product of the NATO Defense College in Rome. He was a research fellow before coming to the USA and promoting war on terror anti-Islam.
Thank you. But guys, look outside. Look outside, guys. Look around you. I'm sorry, but the jig is up. Thank you so much, the king.
Republicans cut necessary social spending. Democrats promote social fascism, and no third parties can win anything. Time has run out.
Thank you so much, Lionel. Wake up, guys. Stop coping. America's been lost. It's been lost. And we're awakening to it. It's over. It's been over. It's been over. Are you awake? You're finally awake. You're finally awake. It's like the Elder Scrolls. You're finally awake. Well, you've been sleeping for a long time, and I want you to awaken to the country you're living in. You're living in a defeated nation. You're living in a country that isn't aware that it's over yet. And we're going on like business as usual, but every single one of us understands that none of this is sustainable in any foreseeable future. Nobody can actually imagine a future in which America can go on as it is now. Nothing about this system, nothing about this country, and nothing about this society is sustainable. The country is being plagued with mass shootings almost every single week. People are taking guns and just massacring random innocent people. There's no civilization between us. There's no community. There's no sense of solidarity. There's no sense of togetherness. None of it exists. This whole system is one giant bureaucracy that's declared war against the people, and even the people don't know where the fuck they are. Why? Because everybody's stranded. So look out your window and look outside. You're living in a stranded desert. You're not living in the world's most powerful country. You're living in a desert. This country, it's only a matter of time before it gets really fucking serious. But this battle has already been lost. All of you MAGA people who are trying to save America, I'm sorry to tell you, but your battle has been lost years and years ago. There's nothing to save. It's all ash. That battle has been lost a long, long time ago. America can't be saved. Sorry to tell you. You're not going to stop the rise of China. You're not going to stop the changes that are coming. Changes that have not been seen for hundreds of years. So why do I call myself MAGA? What does it really mean to make America great again? It means we have to rediscover America. We have to pick up that old, tattered flag that our forefathers left behind in the shed, in that old wooden shed that nobody wants to look to anymore because it doesn't have the might of the British Empire defending it. You want to make America great again? Then dust off that old dust off that old flag. You want to bring America back? You want to make America great again? Then you got to go in that old wooden shed and dust off that old Betsy Ross flag, the one that nobody's been looking at or paying attention to for almost 100 years. The flag that represents our common liberties. The flag that represents what our founding fathers fought and died for. That's been forgotten. It doesn't exist in our institutions anymore. You have to go and dust off that Union flag that the American soldiers took into battle to defeat the disgusting and vile system of slavery and bury it into the dustbin of history. You've got to remember something about this country that's been long forgotten, because ever since we've become a fucking empire, we've lost our way. And nobody wants to admit it, but the America that you're familiar with and the America you know is dead. The America you wake up to every single day thinking, oh, this is the America of McDonald's and Apple, and this is the America of Disney and Marvel, and oh, we're the big military might, oh, George. That's fucking dead. George W. Bush's America is dead. Ronald Reagan's America is dead. You want to know what? I spit on its fucking grave. You want to make America great again? You got to unleash something ancient, something primordial, something really old that nobody's looking at and nobody gives a shit about anymore. You care about America? Then look at the America you left behind. You, Sebastian Gorsuch, you fucking slave of the British Empire, you fucking neocon fat bitch, you goddamn fucking coward, running from Hungary to Britain to God knows where the fuck else, coming onto our country like an oversized fat rat bitch. You want to fucking care about America? Then you got to care about the America that Americans are living in every single day. That's the America of East Palestine, Ohio. That's the America of the Rust Belt people who were left behind. That's the America of the coal miners in West Virginia. That's the America you have to care about. You fat bitch, we are not going to be slaves of your new British Empire. You are not going to send the sons and daughters of the American Revolution into Russia, into China, into Iran to die for your global British Empire, to die for your Zionism in the Middle East. Americans have had it enough of that. Americans have had it up to here with America, quote unquote. Your America, your United States. It's a fucking sham and it's a fraud. America has become an enemy of Americans. And if you want to make America great again, you got to make it American again. We have to return to our revolutionary roots, the ones that overthrew empires instead of becoming them. And that America, my friends, is not an America anyone's going to be able to appreciate until the whole goddamn system comes tumbling down. I'm not here to defend the America that exists before you. That's already dead and gone, and it's never coming back. When this country is reduced to rubble, and this country is reduced to ash, and when this country goes down to the shitter, then you're gonna realize and appreciate what really makes this fucking country great. Then you're gonna remember what made America a real country and a real people. I'm not here for the America of George W. Bush and Sebastian Gorka, those fat, fraudulent pieces of shit that are lying to you. They're selling you a cope. They're selling you a fucking lie that you can salvage this empire and somehow everything's going to go as normal. Oh, yeah. We're going to stop Russia. We're going to stop China. We're going to stop Iran. We're going to stop Brazil. We're going to stop Mexico. We're going to stop South Africa. We're going to stop this. We're going to bomb this. We're going to bomb that. We're going to bomb this. Go to war for Israel. Die for Israel. Do this. Do that. We're going to do it. That's over, Sebastian, you fat bitch. You coping bitch. You're selling Americans a lie. You're selling them a lie. You're selling them a fucking lie. Stop coping. Stop fucking coping. You know what? China is better than America. Stop lying about it. They are. What about America is better than China? We have mass shootings? Is it the fact that our fucking country's dysfunctional? We don't have any good high-paying jobs? Or is that how all of our daughters are turning into fucking whores? What about America is better than China? Fucking tell me, please enlighten me. What about America is better than China? We have freedom? Freedom to do what? To be called a domestic terrorist and thrown in fucking prison for going to the Capitol? What about America is better than China? Tell me. Because they have censorship over there and we don't? Really? We don't have censorship? When banks will close down your fucking account for having the wrong opinion, let alone big tech, the only way you can even have a goddamn voice as a citizen anymore? You're telling me we don't have censorship? Oh, because we're not authoritarian. Really? Is that why every real fucking dissident who actually manages to challenge things, when push comes to shove, eventually gets killed by the CIA and they admit it? What the fuck makes us better than China? Go look at China's cities. They are better than us. Stop fucking coping. China is better than America. I'm sick of people fucking coping about it. The best we can hope for is to be a great country again. We can hope for that, but we're not that right now. There's nothing to defend. America's a shithole compared to China. And I stand by that. It doesn't matter how poor Chinese people are in the remote villages. They have civilization. They have community. They have dignity. They have norms. They don't have mass shooters. They don't have this insanity of gender ideology. They don't have this crazy shit, grooming children and saying, they don't have all this crazy shit we do. They're healthy. They may not have all the latest hamburgers and iPhones and shit, but they're happier than us, I guarantee it. Stop fucking lying and coping and saying America's the best country on earth. It's not.
The worthy sons of liberty.
Thank you so much, Janar. It's really fucking not. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but yeah, China is better than America. Good, give me one fucking reason America's better than China. There isn't one. Thank you, Destiny's Crackula. There's not a single city. You know what? I'm willing to bet there's not a single street in the People's Republic of China that is as much of a shithole as downtown Los Angeles. And if you don't fucking believe me, go travel to China and see for yourself. They are better than us. They are so much more advanced than us, you would not even fucking believe. And it's not just the secret technology they have. It's not even just the fucking technology they have. Their system, their paradigm, their philosophy is like, we are ants, we are bugs compared to them. They are like space aliens compared to us. Their underlying worldview and philosophy, even the Chinese themselves have no fucking idea how much more advanced than they are than us. Even the Chinese are not as confident in their own country. They literally wouldn't even believe how much more advanced they are than us. And they are. Their entire technological paradigm is more advanced. Their culture is more advanced. The average Chinese person, in terms of basic literacy and knowledge of the world and science and just basic things, outclasses the average American 100-fold. There's no jungle in China. There's no fucking rampant criminality and violence and thuggery. They don't have any of that stupid shit. There's a reason we have the highest incarceration rate in the fucking world, because we're not a civilized country. You don't go to China and see all this fucking footage being uploaded of old women being beaten up in the street and shit. They don't fucking have it. I am sorry to tell you. Stop fucking coping. China is better than America, period. And then people might say, okay, Haz, why don't you move into China? Why don't you go move to China? Because, motherfucker, I am an American, which means if we go down, I'm going down too. You think I want to go to Los Angeles and step in shit? You think I want crackheads on the street to be attacking me? You think I want to live in a dysfunctional shithole where the average person is so fucking stupid they can't even put China on a fucking map? You think I want to live in a country where people's dreams have been so depleted That they can't even have any hope for the future anymore? You think I want to live in a country where the rate of suicide is going up? You think I want to live in a country where everyone's getting doped up on drugs and fentanyl and heroin and getting addicted to shit? I'm not saying this from a perspective of arrogance. I don't think I'm better than anyone. These people in our country who are hurting, it hurts me too. The thing that's hurting our country is hurting me too, because I am an actual fucking American who loves their country. But if you actually love your country as an American, if you actually love this country, then you need to come to your sober senses and realize we lost this battle a long fucking time ago. And only when we finally realize that can we begin the work of rebuilding and making this country great again. Nobody else is gonna fucking tell you this, by the way. This country has been destroyed. It's been destroyed. It's not functional. There's no unity among people. What even makes Americans Americans anymore? What unifies us as a country? Really think about it. What even holds us together anymore? Nothing. It's all a fucking veneer. It's all a fucking veneer. I want America to be a great country. I want us to have great, powerful, and beautiful cities. I want us to be a fucking super industrialized country with advanced technology, prosperity, and happiness for all. We're not gonna fucking get there if we keep lying and coping. You know what America is? It's a fentanyl addict. You will never cure a fentanyl addict by pandering to them, telling them what they want to hear, and feeding into their addiction. America needs to go cold turkey. Because you know what? This buffoon, this fat bastard, Sebastian Gorka, he's feeding you a bunch of dope. He's a fucking fentanyl dealer, feeding Americans a bunch of fucking dope. Lying to your fucking face, telling you that MAGA means going along with this jerry-rig of a fucking empire that's bound to collapse one day or another. And you gotta be the biggest sucker of all to, in addition to being a fentanyl addict, voluntarily go and die for Sebastian Gorka's war against China. They dope you up on drugs, they steal your dreams away, they steal the dreams of your children, they poison your environment, they destroy your social cohesiveness, they make you fucking miserable, they make you put on a fucking dress and you can't be a man anymore, and then what? They're gonna send you to fucking die like a meat puppet, to go fucking die against China, to have your body riddled with bullets and bombs for the ruling class. That's the cold, hard truth. If you don't wake up and realize that our elites are driving us into a disaster, into a war, not only is our country lost, you and your family will be lost too. Because let me tell you, nuclear war will come for us all. And China and Russia may rebuild from the ashes of that war because they actually have a cohesive civilization and we don't. It'll be the end of America forever. We still have hope. We are not past the point of no return. Our country has been defeated. Our country has been destroyed, but we can rebuild. We can make our country great. We just need to realize the disease that's taken hold of us. And that disease is the legacy of the rotten British Empire that America was founded on defying, not emulating and trying to become. We have time. We can make this country great. We can rebuild. We can clear the way and make a truly great civilization. An America reborn. An America that works with the peoples and civilizations of the world. An America ruled by the working people. The America that we've always dreamed of, that every generation's dreamed of, but has never been able to achieve. We can be the America that the first cowboys going out west were dreaming of when they were in the middle of the fucking desert and tumbleweed was drifting their way, and the only thing keeping them forward was the dream of a great, prosperous civilization. We can be that civilization. We have time. War with China and war with Russia will bury America into the dustbin of history forever. And that's the truth. And I'm not happy to say that. By the way, I'm trying to stop this war with everything I got, and I know I'm not going to be successful, but I do it anyway. So as much people as possible can hear my fucking message. I love this country. We have a good thing going for us historically. This country can be great. We're going to put it all down the shitter when we decide we're going to go to war against the world. The last 2 times a country decided to declare war on the world, what happened to that country? Hitler tried to go to war against the world. What the fuck happened? Germany was divided for the rest of that century. Germany's barely still recovering from that. You can't do that. You can't go to war with China, Russia, Iran, Brazil, and whoever else, Mexico. You can't do it. I'm telling you, the jig is up. These people are madmen. We're losing the plot. Our economy went down to shit. We're not an inspiration to anyone anymore. Nobody fucking respects us anymore. And why would they? And now your answer to that is to grab a big stick and try to go to war against the world? You can't fucking do that. Everyone knows by the basic laws of social intercourse. Everybody fucking knows. The guy who decides he's going to fight everyone on the schoolyard, he's lost the fucking plot. And there's no way for him to fucking win. You can't declare war on the world. It's not possible. That's exactly right. They are gambling with our country. They're gambling with it. They don't care about America. They're going to put it on the altar of their globalist empire. They're fucking, these bankers and these financiers, they don't give a shit about this country. You think they care about you, your parents, or your grandparents, or your family? You think they give a goddamn sniveling shit about you? You're an ant to them. You're less than a fucking cockroach to these fucking people. This country is just another casino for them. And after they're done destroying this country, they'll move on to another one. Like it's nothing. Like they're termites. These capitalists. Based in Wall Street in the city of London. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care what happens to this country. You have to stand up and defy them. You have to defy their media. You have to defy their institutions. You have to defy their state. And that takes courage. Because when you come out and say the shit I'm saying, they're going to call you a traitor. They're going to say, oh, you're a Chinese agent. You're a Russian agent. You're a traitor to this country. I'm not a traitor to this fucking country. I'm one of the only voices that speaks out in defense of this country. This battered, abused, tarnished, and forgotten country. That country has long been forgotten. All you have left is the veneer of an America. Their United States. It's all a fucking sham. It's a casino for the fucking bankers. Their media, their military institution. Oh, but I... Thank you, MK. Appreciate you. Yeah. Oh, but I watch Top Gun, Haz. I watch fucking Hollywood's movie where America's the good guys. And we're... Shut the fuck up! You know what Top Gun was? It was opium. It was fentanyl. Oh, but I watch Top Gun, Haz. Can't we be top? No, we're not going to be Top Gun America. We will never be that again. We were never that, by the way. But we will never, ever fucking be that. I promise you we won't. I promise you we won't. That movie was made to trick idiots like you into supporting war. You sound like a traitor. I think you're a fucking traitor. Look at the state of our actual country. You sit here and tell me I'm the traitor. I'm the traitor, but our people rot while the bankers enrich themselves to drive us into war against China. Why the fuck is China supposed to be my enemy? Why is China my enemy? Why is Russia my enemy? We're going to have to pick sides soon. I will never be on the side of this rotten system. If you are a slave and your slave owner is beefing with someone else, that's not your fucking battle. Your battle is the emancipation of your people. Your battle is to lead your people into victory. Your battle is the liberation of your country. Not going off to fucking die in God knows where Timbuktu to enrich the fat pockets of these parasite bloodsucker capitalists. Their systems coming tumbling down. And the only way they're going to save their ass, see, it's a casino. And now they're going to enlist you to go and die so they can recover their fucking gamble. They gambled and they lost, and you're going to go die for them? Really? They fucking gambled and they lost. They destroyed our country. So you're going to go die for them? And you're calling me the traitor? The traitors are the bloodsuckers and the capitalists who have used and abused our country like some ragged whore for nearly half a century. Those are the traitors. If America goes down, I'm going down too. I was born and raised in this country. I know no other country than America. I have no other people than the American people. I'm not telling you this from Beijing. Thank you so much, Latvian.
The people cheering on a war with Russia and China are mad. A war like that would end in complete nuclear destruction, suffering on an unimaginable
And that's what I'm trying to
scale.
say. I'm not telling you this from Beijing. I'm not telling you this from Moscow. I'm not telling you this from my parents' native village in southern Lebanon. I'm telling you this from Michigan, from the Mitten State, Michigan. That's where I'm telling you this from. I have no other people than these people, than the American people. I have no other country. There's no other soil anywhere on earth that I am native to. There's no air anywhere on earth that I can breathe and say is mine than the air of this country. I'm telling you this because I'm in this fucking ship and it's sinking. And I'm gonna sink too if we don't fucking fix it. I'm not telling you this gloating and being happy at the destruction of America, because I'm an American too. The more we go on denying how much of a fucking mess we've gotten ourselves into, the more we go on denying that, yes, this century is China's, and there's nothing we can do about that. That's faked. America's not God. The best we can hope for is to be a dignified, sovereign, and free people. China did what no one else could, and their story is the story of the 20th and 21st century. China has always been the world power. As far back as you want to go to the Silk Road, they've always been the powerhouse of the world. We need to join the people of the world as one country among other countries. We need to be a country that can coexist with other countries. Of course we're going to defend our borders. Of course we're going to defend our homes. Of course we're going to defend our people. With our lives we should defend our own people, as any people should. But this U.S. empire, this American empire is dead and gone. And anyone who tells you otherwise, including this fat pig bitch Sebastian Gorka with his British fucking accent coming to America telling us what to do, is lying to you. Sebastian Gorka is a coward and a fucking liar. He is an enemy of the American people, and he's a neocon. The shit I tell you is a hard pill to swallow. I could be like these fraudulent fake MAGA cucks and sit here and say, oh yeah, Top Gun, we're gonna beat China. We gotta compete with China and beat China. Let's go. Yeah, we're gonna beat China. That's fentanyl, that's dope. They're doping you up on bullshit. They are doping you up on bullshit. Take it from me. China won this battle a long fucking time ago. A long time ago. Now we want to say we're going to blow up the entire planet because we can't fucking take it on the chin because we're going to be a sore loser. China did what no other country could.
Base.
Thank you so much, Diogenes.
We have already hit the iceberg. Infrared is just handing out life vests and looking for a lifeboat.
That's what I'm trying to say. And then you
Base.
tell them we hit the lifeboat.
Bars.
Thank you so much, Violet. China had their century of humiliation. Every world power went to China and divided them up. They liberated their country. They started from nothing. If you knew how fucking poor they were. If you knew how poor they were. How little they had. Nobody used to give a fuck about China. But they sat there and they planned. And they patiently crafted a plan. Patiently. Step by step. And they said, we have a fucking plan. The world will know our story. And now we know. China's rise is irreversible. And I am not threatened by it. I don't see their rise as a threat to me. I'm inspired by it. If you know the story of the Chinese people, you'd be inspired by it too. And maybe we can learn a thing or two from them. Because that's the story of a defeated and humiliated people. Thank you so much, Viajo. Who rose from the ashes and achieved greatness. You're not entitled to greatness. God doesn't choose who's going to be great and who's not just because you want to or you feel like it. If we want to be a country of fucking losers, we will be losers and we will never be great. If someone's doing better than you, you have two options. Humble yourself and take notes to learn from them, or be an arrogant little bitch and say, no, I have to be better than them. But you haven't earned it. What makes you better than them? You haven't earned it. What do you have to show for it? There's a few things we can learn from China. Like how to survive a goddamn apocalypse. Because that's what that century of humiliation was for them. Thank you so much,
the
Mason.
American Lenin.
Appreciate you. Look, America's a great country. You're coming from a communist with a capital C. And I'm telling you, America, historically, is a very unique and great country. We are a country that is purely based on the anticipation of something that's not yet here. We're a country that's always been based on anticipating the future. And we could be a great, mighty country that alongside the people of the world anticipate and works for a brighter future for all mankind. But first of all, for Americans, which is what we've neglected. We could work with Russia and China to fight and build and work for a better future. Because believe it or not, China learned from America. They learned a lot from us. China, the first Chinese revolutionaries, Sun Yat-sen, during the Chinese Revolution of the past century, even before Mao, they looked at America for inspiration. We used to inspire a lot of people. We gave them hope that they could build a future that wasn't yet here. That your dreams, the things you dream about, could become real if you work for them. That's not going anywhere. We need to fucking realize what we've been missing all along. We've been missing the roots. We've been missing the civilization. We've been missing the glue that ties a people together. All this time we've been trying to build the future. We never managed to sit down and try and think about how we've been neglecting and ignoring the basis of that, which is people. We've neglected and ignored the American people. We are a country. We're not just an idea like Joe Biden says. Joe Biden says, oh, America's the only country that's based on an idea. I beg to fucking differ. We are not based on an idea. We are a country, a proper country with people living in it. We do have a culture. Yeah, we're in bad shape and in disrepair, but we're not a fucking idea. We're a very real, sobering reality. And we need to start paying attention to that. This is not a Disney movie. This is a real country with real problems and very real people. All of our brothers and sisters who have succumbed to addiction and despair, we've been ignoring them. All of the people who've given up on life, were getting groomed by the FBI to do horrific things. We've given up on them. We've given up on our youth. We've been chasing this idea and this dream at the expense of what's been right under our nose, which is our fellow American people. We need to start working for our people, and then we can dream bigger than we've ever dreamed before. And as far as I'm concerned, I dream of a party. I dream of a force. I dream of an army that works for the American people. I dream. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Will America need its own century of
It
humiliation?
may just. But let's never give up. Let's never stop fighting, because even if it needs a century of humiliation, it's never too early to start trying to pick up the pieces. Even if it's going to take a century, we have to start now. We may die and never see the country we want to live in. But to dedicate your life to that, I can think of no more noble of a life than that. We may never see it. We need to have one last dream, one last manifest destiny in this country. And that is to build a force. That is to build an army. That is to build a party that for the first time inscribes upon its banner the will of America's working people. I dream that for the first time, maybe in a century or more, we will have a force. We will have a symbol of hope that represents the aspirations of our people. Not Sebastian Gorsuch, not the neocons, not the fucking politicians, not the bankers, not the capitalists and oligarchs, not the bloodsuckers, not the people in Washington, and not the people in the city of London, and not the people in NATO's high command, but the people here at home. The people here at home, living in their communities, dwelling in their communities, getting by day after day. Who will speak for them? Who will fight for them? That's what we need to do. I'm not promising you a utopia. I'm promising you a war. And we need to volunteer ourselves to fight that war. We're not going to go to war with China. We're going to go to war against this rotten ruling class that's been a bloodsucker on our country for as long as any of us could ever possibly have remembered. I don't promise you a utopia. I'm not going to promise you you're going to live in a paradise. I promise you hardship. I promise you struggle. I promise you a war. You can either stand on your 2 feet and live a dignified life, or you can go down as a bitch like Sebastian Gorsuch Take your fucking choice. I know many of you look at me and say, what's this foreign guy saying? I know I'm foreign. I know I'm an Arab. I know what this looks like. I know what it looks like. Trust me, I don't give a goddamn. Neither should you. These American politicians who look like American as apple pie to you, they are the foreigners. They are the snakes. They look like you, but they're not you. They don't give a fuck about you. Me? I am an Arab. So what? What other country do I fucking have? Think about it. I was born and raised here. I don't know any other country. I have no other people than the people here. You think I'm different from you? I go to the same gym you fucking go to. I breathe the same air that you do. I live the same life that you do. That's what they'll say. Oh, he's the foreigner. Oh, he's an Arab. Oh, he's a Muslim. And what are they? They're not Americans. They're buddies with the City of London and the British Empire. You can't change your country. You can't change your country. Even if Americans, real Americans, you move to China, you move to Russia, move to Europe, anywhere in the world, you will never change your country. Just like you can't change your mother. Can't change which woman you came out of. So you can't change your country either. You can't. Thank you so much, American Partisan.
I'd follow you into the darkest valley, Commander.
You see, that cuckold, non-compete American Johnson moved to Vietnam, found some mid-woman there, hooked up with her, and now he thinks he's a citizen of the world. He ran away from his own country like a coward, ran to Vietnam. He will never be Vietnamese. Not in a million years he'll ever be Vietnamese. Not in a million years. He's just the weakest of us Americans. He is a weak American. The weakest of Americans. Ran from his own country to go play around in another. He will never be Vietnamese. No matter how hard he tries, he will never be Vietnamese. Not in a trillion years. Not in a trillion years. Not in a trillion years. You don't know until you're going to know. By the time you really know the meaning of my words and the gravity of my words, it will have been too late. And I promise you that. By the time my words become legible to you, by the time you understand what I'm fucking saying, it will be way too fucking late. And that's a tragedy we can't do anything about. But what you can do is wise up. Wise the fuck up and call a spade a spade. Call a spade a spade. They want to dupe you into a war that will never... Listen. This is going to be our test. If we go to war with China, we must pray for the defeat of the American empire. No matter how many times they call you a traitor, no matter how many times they call you a Chinese shill or a CCP spy, if you don't have the courage to stand up to the pimp who's prostituting your own fucking mother, you will never be a man. And that's what these military authorities who call you up to go die in a war against China are going to do. Oh, you're a traitor. I'm not a traitor. You are not my fucking leader. You are not my fucking leader. You are not America. You are not the leader of this country. You are not what America is. You are a fucking parasite who hijacked our fucking country so you can use us in a war we have nothing to do with. Let them call you a traitor. Let them call you whatever the fuck they want to. Don't you dare give in to their fake patriotic bullshit, their fake patriotic sentiment. It's all a bunch of bullshit. The bankers can go fight their own fucking war. That's what I say. They can go fight their own fucking war. And they can wave it under their own fucking flag instead of flying ours. Just being in that space made me realize people are so fucking delusional. They don't understand. Oh, this country's authoritarian. You have your head up your fucking ass about the country you're living in. Please tell me how we're a free country. We're not a free country. We're just an incompetent one. Every chance our fucking government gets to control us, they take it. The only freedom we have is based on the incompetence of government. No, think about it. We're a free country only when the government just isn't competent enough to fuck with us. Oh, you're gonna go target practice in your backyard? Well, you better hope a goddamn state trooper doesn't drive by your fucking house and arrest you for violating some local regulation. Now, if you're living in the boonies, maybe the government's too incompetent to send someone that way. But every chance they fucking get to extend their control, they take it. Look what happened with the CCTV cameras. You know, back in the 70s, people used to just get away with whatever the fuck they wanted, right? Why did that change? Because technology changed. So every time our government gets the chance, they go full 1984. This is not a free fucking country. Stop pretending it is. It's not. And it's not a fucking democracy either. It's not a fucking democracy when every 4 years you get to choose between two people that were either handpicked by the establishment or given clearance by the establishment. And yes, Donald Trump was given clearance in 2016
a man of integrity.
only because of the deal he
Bob.
made with Sheldon Adelson. Thank you so much, Metal Nick. Appreciate you so much. Americans need a harsh and brutal truth because they're coping like never fucking before. Harsh truth. That's what we need as a country. Harsh truth. We're not only run by sadistic monsters. Our government is fucking stupid. It's stupid and incompetent. It's just stupidity. Just increasing stupidity. You can't save this country. All these people who are saying, oh, this is destroying our country. You're right, our country is being destroyed. You can't save it, though. Look, even Trump was president for 4 years. Trump didn't save America because Trump can't save America. That's what MAGA also needs to hear. Trump can't save this fucking country. He was president for 4 years. What the fuck could he do? Nothing. All he could do was trigger the libs. He had no real power. What fucking power did he have? Nothing. Stop coping. Wake up. Live in reality. Stop coping. We're not the country you think we are. They say, oh, we're wokeifying everything. Really? What do you think democracy and international human rights is? You know who the first woke son of a bitch was? Ronald fucking Reagan, when he tried to spread democracy. You think wokeness is the problem? No. Wokeness is a symptom. What the fuck do you think democracy is, huh? Oh, we're going to make this system democratic. Well, does it work better? No. Oh, but it's democratic. Oh, but it's like a shithole country that has no functional government, but at least it's democratic, right? Just like how we're going to appoint this POC person. We're going to appoint this trans person. We're going to appoint this woman. They don't care about the results. They just care about some fucking ideology. Yeah, that's what American democracy has always been. Nothing changed. It's just, it got taken to its conclusion. Tell me what period you want to go back to. You want to go back to the 1990s? How it was in the 1990s? I'll tell you what the difference between the 1990s and now is. Time. No, Marxists didn't come and ruin America that you grew up in. It's always been like this. It's just a matter of time. Time and technology. It's always been what this country was. Since after the end of the Second World War. You want to complain about woke shit? Please, tell me more how we should go back to Ronald fucking Reagan. Where what? We're going to champion some Mickey Mouse fucking ideology and ignore the basic, sobering, cold, hard facts before us about what reality is? See, Sebastian Gorsuch, who's this fat idiot, this gerbil, this bitch, this bastard, he'll talk all the time about wokeness, but don't you dare ever tell him about how much military aid we should give to Israel. Don't you dare hold his ass to the fire about just why is it in our interests to be a global empire that intervenes in every fucking corner of the world. Oh, he'll complain about the trans bathrooms and shit. Yeah, that's peanuts. Even Bill fucking Maher complains about that. That doesn't make you a fucking rebel. Doesn't make you anti-establishment. Even that bitch J.K. Rowling, and she is a bitch, by the way. Nobody remembers that about J.K., by the way. She's a big neocon bitch. That's what J.K. Rowling is. She supports Israel. She claimed Corbyn was an anti-Semite. She supports Zelensky in Ukraine. She hates China. She's a bitch. Believing in two genders is not making you based. Congrats, you're not insane in one sense of the word. Doesn't make you fucking based. How the fuck does that make you based? It doesn't make you based for believing in common sense. Why have we lowered the bar so low? We have lowered the bar so low where you're based just because common sense. No, not enough for me. Not good enough for me. Not good enough for me. Not good enough for me. I just think about it, and these people, they're wolf in sheep's clothing. And they get away with it because they say all the right fucking words. They may sound like you, but they're not one of you. Let me tell you something. The America of Ronald Reagan deserves wokeness. You want to be the international world police for democracy? You want to fucking impose your values on everyone? You want to expand these global institutions to further American imperialism? Then you deserve to put on a fucking dress, put on nail polish, and start. That's what you deserve, bitch. You dug your grave. Now go sleep in it. It's just justice. It's what you fucking deserve. It's like, you want to build this liberal democratic empire? Then why don't you fucking reap your liberal democratic consequences? Because that's all wokeism is. That's all it fucking is. You made your bed, now sleep in it. You made your bed, now sleep in it. Just don't be surprised if you get poked with, don't be surprised if the woman you're sleeping with in that bed pokes you with something you don't recognize. You made your democratic bed, now go sleep in it. Just don't be surprised if the woman in that bed pokes you with a sharp object. Thank you so much, Killer Ashtray.
Zionist influence. Nick Fuentes was right.
No, it's deeper than that. It's way deeper than that. It's way more than that. You made your bed, now go sleep in it. Just make sure to remember the right pronouns of the person you're sharing that bed with. Don't fucking sit here and complain. You're opening the bed, you sleep in the bed. Whoa! What is that? Don't complain. Go back and sleep in that fucking bed. Go back and sleep in that fucking bed you just fucking made, you goddamn son of a bitch. You goddamn son of a bitch. Sebastian Gorka, get back in that fucking bed. That's the bed you made. You, the free world. You made that fucking bed. You go back and sleep in it. You want the disease? Have the symptom. Go sleep in that fucking bed. That's what you deserve. That's what you deserve. Go back in there, Sebastian. What's wrong? You don't like when institutionalized fanatics and liberal ideologists shove their shit down your throat in the name of equality and democracy? Well, that's what you've been doing around the fucking world for decades, so it's what you deserve at home too. That's what you deserve too. It serves you right. Honest, it really just serves you right. There's no other way of spinning it. It really just serves you fucking right.